Good morning and welcome to this segment of the program. Inuagata no Sahai is still my amiable name. And this morning, the focus of my conversation with you is on the topic 4 key ways to recognize a company with psychological safety before you accept their job offer. Very, very important topic. And a psychologically safe workplace is a workplace where people feel like the human beings that they are. In other words, people have the opportunity to be able to express themselves in terms of contributing innovative ideas to work matters. People are able to point to observations in the work environment. And they do all this without any fear of being hit at by their superiors, without any fear of being embarrassed, without any fear of their emotion or psychology taking a negative hit. There are some work environments whereby you make that attempt to express yourself, to contribute your ideas, and then you receive a backlash. It is greeted with a backlash, a negative reaction from your bosses or from your employers that just kind of short circuits you permanently. Your self-esteem is hit at, your emotion is negatively punched, and then you are not bringing out your best to the table. You are not bringing your A game to the table. So now, before you accept a job offer as a job seeker, it is very, very important you watch out whether that work environment, whether that workplace is psychologically safe for you, whether it's a place whereby, your potentials can be well maximized, very, very important. Like I said, the topic is 4 key ways to recognize a psychologically safe company before you, take their job offer. And the first one is there transparency in communication as it regards salaries, as it regards job roles, as it regards the expectation they have of you. Now, if during the interview process, if during the interview, journey, this information keep changing, just know that that place is not psychologically safe, because when you end up accepting their job offer, you are also going to see that such information is still going to keep changing. And when you try to speak up, nobody is going to listen to you. So when you notice that there is no transparency in communication as it regards salaries, as it regards job roles and expectation, just kind of know that that work environment will not be psychologically safe for you. It will not be a work environment where your potentials or your expertise will be maximized. That is very important. Now, the second one is for you, to check out that during the job interview process, are the interviewers respectful? In their interview process, are the job interviewers, are they respectful? Now, this is very, very important. Any work environment or any workplace whereby, the people that represent them, they are interviewers in an interview journey or in an interview process, if they are not respectful, just know that that is the same thing you are going to find when you are employed. And when respect is absent, just know that psychological safety is absent. That is one thing that you should just understand. That is the bottom line. If during the the job interview process, the interviewers did not come early as when it comes to time, and when they finally come, there is no apology, that is a red flag. That is a signal that those people may not be respectful. And like I said, if respect is absent, then psychological safety will be absent. Very, very important. So it is very important you are conscious of these issues, that before you accept a job offer from any company, you need to find out if they are, respectful. You need to find out if the place is psychologically safe. Now, during the job interview process, see under the same point of, are they respectful in their interview process? When they talk with you, when you have that interaction with them during the interview process, are they polite? That's another very important thing you need to also look at. First of all, I said, when it comes to time, do they come early? During the interview phases or during the interview process or the interview journey, was there any time, did they come early? If they came late, was there any time they apologized for coming late? And then during the interface, during the interaction, were they polite? Because I will continue to reiterate, if respectful culture is absent during the job interview, it speaks volume that the entire company does not have a respectful culture. And if they don't have a respectful culture, it also means that psychological safety is absent. Very, very important. Then the third one is for you to watch out if they welcome questions. Very, very important. Do they welcome questions? Let's look at a case scenario like this. You decide to ask questions concerning, the kind of support you will need to get to be able to help them achieve their goals and objectives. Support as regards job tools, as regards the resources you will need to be able to do your job very well and help them to achieve their goals and objectives. When you ask valid questions like this, and then it resorts to these interviewers raising their voices to counter your questions, that is a red flag, that environment may not be psychologically safe. Very important. Then the fourth one, which is the concluding one, is for you to intelligently watch out for their rate of employee turnover. Intelligently watch out for their rate of employee turnover. Very, very important. Now, if their rate of employee turnover is high, which means people don't stay, people, they come in, then they get employed, and this time they are leaving and they are employing people again. If this is what you are able to find out, you need to also ask yourself, why are they not staying? And the reason they may not be staying could just be lack of psychological safety. It could just be a situation whereby there is a culture in that environment where people are not valued, where people are not treated with respect, where people are not treated as the human beings that they are, not just as human resources for accomplishing corporate goals or company objectives. You need to watch out for this. If people are always living a work environment, they're always living an organization, it could just mean that that place is not psychologically safe. So in conclusion, psychological safety is not luxury. It's a very profound necessity. You need it to be able to feel valued, and your feeling valued in that work environment will help you to be able to bring your innovative and creative ideas to the table. And then you also, experience growth, and then you are contributing, premium to the, growth of that system, to the growth of that organization. We have just looked at 4 key ways to recognize a company with psychological safety before you accept their job offer, because, it is not always just all about good pay. Good pay is good. But if there is good pay and then, you are not feeling like the human being that you are, then we have issues, on hand. 4 key ways to recognize a company with psychological safety before you accept their job offer. So, way of review, I said, is there transparency in communication regarding important job, matters like the job roles and, salaries and expectations? Is the interview process a respectful interview process? Watch out if they welcome questions, the third one. Then the fourth one, intelligently watch out for the rate of employee turnover. I believe that lots of value have been added to you today. You just send me an email, by way of sending your questions across your inquiries, and then I provide answers straight to you. I'll be seeing you next week, Wednesday. And when I return, I will still be the amiable Inuagata no Sahai. God bless you.